Hi, I'm Uncle Bear, and I want to read you one of my favorite stories by Hans Christian Andersen. It's called The Emperor's New Clothes. There once lived an emperor who was so very fond of new clothes. Other kings liked to parade their soldiers or spend an evening at the theater. But there was nothing this emperor loved more than trying on new clothes, which his servants would bring him in great stacks, morning, noon, and night. Other servants toiled endlessly to keep the emperor's vast wardrobe cleaned and pressed. The kingdom's most learned scholars were kept constantly on hand to advise him on his choice of clothing. Any outfit the emperor might desire must be ready at a moment's notice. The emperor had a different outfit for every hour of the day, and clothes for every day of the week. No matter how great or small the occasion, he wanted to wear just the right clothing to make his subjects think he was wise and an able ruler. But his outfits never seemed quite right, and his clothes were apt to turn up in the most inconvenient places. Not even his wife or his most trusted ministers could persuade him that he needed not to worry so much about his royal attire. One day, two swindlers traveled to the castle, pretending to be weavers. "We can weave the most beautiful cloth imaginable," the first told the emperor, "and what is more, the clothes from our fabrics are invisible to anyone who is either foolish or unfit for his office." "Not everyone, of course, is able to wear such fancy clothing," added the second, "but they are obviously the perfect clothes for the wise ruler like yourself." The emperor thought how wisely he could rule his people if only he had such an outfit. "Why, not only would I look good, but with those clothes on, I could find out which of my ministers is unfit for his post. I could tell the wise from the foolish. This cloth must be woven for me at once." The weavers set up their looms and worked well into the night. No one was allowed to see their work until the emperor sent his wisest and most trusted minister to see what had been made. The weavers begged the minister to step closer. They named all the colors and described the pattern in great detail. The minister paid close attention to all they said, for unable to believe his own eyes, he wanted to be able to repeat exactly to the emperor what he saw. The minister hurried back and described the new clothes to the emperor, exactly as they had been described to him. "Why, you must wear them tomorrow in the royal procession," the emperor's wife cried. "It's the perfect chance to show all your subjects what a wise and magnificent ruler you are." The next morning, the weavers at the last moment announced the clothes were finished. They brought in the royal robes and dressed the emperor in them, taking great care to see that there were no loose threads and the royal garments hung just right. The emperor could scarcely believe his eyes, but he kept quiet as a mouse, lest his subjects should think him a fool. People came from every corner of the kingdom to see the magnificent new clothes. As the emperor set forth in the royal procession, the crowd grew silent. "My new clothes must be so stunning that no one can find the right words to praise them," thought the emperor. He lifted his head and marched on proudly until a small child's voice could be heard clearly to say, "But he has no clothes on!" "He has no clothes on," the people echoed, feeling secretly foolish not to have spoken up early. What could the emperor have possibly done now? Without any of his royal outfits to help him look intelligent or brave, the emperor realized it was more important than ever to act like a king. He lifted his head even higher and stood even taller, continued the procession. Never had he felt so foolish, but never had he acted so wisely. Seeing the ruler's extraordinary courage, the crowd began to cheer more loudly than ever the emperor had heard them. "Long live the emperor! Long live the emperor!"